So this is the front I've been working on. You can see that it is not perfect by any means, but I just put some primer on it for now just to keep the rust away. You can see I have a lot of straightening out to do here. Somebody was beating at it. They had fell off the bike obviously at some stage and thought they were a panel beater and they made a right mess of that. So I'm going to have a job straightening that out, but I did get it to look straight at the front here and pretty good. The rest will just come from sanding and getting the filler in the right places. Now I'll show you the red one. Now this is the rear one that I bought on eBay, that second one, and as you can see it's pretty solid. Even in here where the plate goes, it's pretty solid. Now the back of it was all bent up and I had managed to straighten it out pretty good. As you can see, this was all buckled in and stuff, so we just have to get that little crack welded there. I'll get it welded from the back and I'll put a bit of filler over that and straighten it up, and that'll be nice. It's missing it is a broken stud on the front here. Don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. I think they're a press fit, so it might be a job getting that out of there, but we'll see. And the only other spots I'm really worried about on it is here. There's a tiny hole there, it needs cutting and filling with a wee tiny piece. And there's a bit of bubbling there actually. Now to look at it, see what way that comes up when we get a strip it. You can see it's gone in the usual spots, but it's not gone fully through. But I will be getting a strip of metal put in there right the whole way around to replace that, and that should be good. I mean, that's not going to be that visible on the bike anyway. So if I cut it off just below that bracket there, I don't know if you can see that, just below the bracket, and add a piece, that should be alright, I'd say. Now inside, when you look at it, it looks horrible, but I'm hoping that when I clean it up, it's not going to expose many more holes. You can see in here, it's pretty bad. Let's hope it works out. Most of it's muck and dirt, to be honest. It's just this piece here's pretty bad now. I figured that'd be that way anyway, so yeah, hopefully it works out. We'll see. Well, I got bored sitting inside the house and I started sanding at this mudguard. I think I got it pretty well straightened out. If you'd seen it beforehand, the whole edge was gone off the front here because somebody had been beating at it and that edge was all gone. So at least now when you look at it, we've got an edge similar to, there's a couple of pits in it that has to be filled in, but we've got the basic shape there. I mean, if you look at the profile on this side, I'm trying to match it because that edge was all gone. It doesn't look, I know that the video picks it up worse looking than it actually is. That's actually a lot straighter than what it looks there. Once that's sprayed up, it should look pretty much the same, and I've got all the high spots out. Looking pretty good. Just stuck a bit of primer on it there to see what it was going to look like. Yeah, there's a couple of pits, has to be filled in, you know. So tight to this edge, there's a little bit of waviness. There's not much I can do about that. It's just is what it is. I could have another go and try and just get in there at that edge with a bit of stuff. Try and flatten that out a bit. That is good. Well folks, it's next day now. Still at this mudguard, messing about with it, trying to straighten it up. This obviously you can see that this is my friend's bike, not mine. But what's happened is I may have managed to get a proper good mudguard, replacement mudguard for mine, and I'm going to give this to my friend. And so I've been straightening this out, and I don't think I've done a bad job. As you can see, that's just a scratch from putting it in through the forks there. It's just a bit of primer, but I've got my edge back where it should be. I think you'll agree that it's pretty straight looking compared to what it was anyway. It definitely is. Yeah. And there's a little patch up here where of the primer, or the filler, which needs to be straightened out, but I'll do that. That's not a problem. And I think we've got ourselves a decent enough mudguard. There's a little patch here too, but it looks, could use a bit of a touch, but definitely not that bad. Very happy to be able to get him a mudguard for the bike, considering that that was the wrong one that was on it. That was the one that was on it there. That's off a cb175, I believe. The same with the back mudguard. It was off a cb175 as well. And one of the ones my brother has, if he manages to straighten it out, I will put it on this bike. So I'm starting to strip this bike down now for paint. It's about time. We need to get all of the bits ready for paint, and the frame and engine and all that stuff. So today is the start of it. Wish me luck.